All right, so we're live on YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to go live on Instagram.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Drop a line in the chat. Let us know how you're doing, where you're tuning in from. Go ahead and hit that like button and the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel. Thank you guys for spending your Friday night with us. We are really excited to be here with you guys.
Yeah, almost to the end of tax season. That's exciting. Oh, sunny in Seattle. You don't hear that every day. Welcome, Patty.
Hey, Patty. How's it going?
It's raining where we are, so we got your Seattle weather.
Yeah, we did. Patty, question for you. Is it really true what they say? It's like always raining in Seattle, or is that like an exaggeration? Tell us. Hey, Stephanie. Aw, congrats on the little one. It's chilly in Connecticut. Oh man, yeah. Thank you so much. We love our little guy, Felix. He is just super fun. And Grandma is watching him right now upstairs. So we just tell people that so they don't move here. That's great. Oh, I love it. Oh man.
I hear Seattle's like really beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if you like mountains.
I'd love to go.
Which, who doesn't like mountains?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just tuning in on Instagram here to make sure that I am monitoring all of the
welcome from North Carolina. Sorry to hear you're dealing with the rain too. Oh yeah. All right. Another Connecticut. Hey, Mike. Good to see you again. Mike was in our call on Wednesday.
Oh, awesome. Welcome, Mike.
Oh yeah. All right. Another Connecticut.
Oh,
hey, Mike.
Hang on. Bluetooth, everyone. Bluetooth.
Yeah. Her phone was hooked up to our Bluetooth speaker, so if you heard me repeating myself, that's what it was.
Yes.
Oh, Central Florida. Hopefully you're not dealing with any rain. So one of my friends lives in Florida, and he posted on Facebook the other day a picture of his neighbor's front porch. And there was a gator that was right in front of their front door.
Yeah. Nope.
And I was just like, oh man.
Nope.
Gotta look before you step.
Yeah, really. Oh goodness. All right, guys, what is everybody up to tonight? Are you listing while you're listening? Or other way around? Are you just chilling on your couch, having your favorite drink, sparkling water, some wine? Let us know what you're doing.
We got Michigan, Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
Louisville,
yes. My twin sister lives in Louisville. Did you guys know that I'm a twin? Now
yes.
You do.
That's how we know that you're not supposed to say Louisville.
Right. It's supposed to be Louisville. And I'm still probably not saying it right. You say it.
Oh, I don't want to, expose myself in that way.
No, do it. Come on,
I think
honey.
it's one of those things you gotta not think about. You just Louisville.
I don't think that was it.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat, guys, who said it right. No, we are actually fraternal twins. And I am the
people still get them confused though.
Yeah, they do. I
don't know
looked
why,
identical when we were
when you were really little. When we were guys really looked very similar.
We looked,
yeah. Oh, what's up, Tim?
Having some wobbly pops. Nice. I don't know what a wobbly pop is.
I think it's like a hard soda.
Nice. Well, yeah, I was going to say that
not your dad's root beer. Have you ever had that?
No, but I just saw something about it today.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Yeah.
Every time I hear not your dad's CPA, I think about not your dad's root beer.
Oh,
because I knew about that drink before I knew about Mark.
Yes. Yeah. Very nice, Tim.
I think I'm being too specific. It's just any adult beverage.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thanks
for
that.
We're about 5 minutes in.
Yes. Yeah, we need to stop chattering here.
So maybe
nonsense
we
here.
Get into some actual genie.
Mike says, just hanging out, hoping to learn, pick up some tips. Bourbon night.
Oh, nice.
Paul likes bourbon.
Yeah, what's your favorite bourbon, Mike? My favorite is Widow Jane. I don't know if you've ever had that, but I highly recommend it.
You should definitely look into it because they have recently increased the prices because people are realizing that it's really, really good. So,
yeah.
So when are taxes due? Well, April 15th is tax day. And speaking of which, guys, if you are a current user of My Reseller Genie, this is the only time I'm going to say this. We have a giveaway that is in the works right now. And basically go to our Instagram or our Facebook, and you can get the information there, or shoot us an email if you'd like it that way too. But I also emailed out the information. But we are giving away up to a $200 prize, and it can be your choice of a gift card somewhere. It can be a Chromebook. It can be a Hulken bag filled with Hulken bag. We just watched the Hulk, so I'm like Hulk. Hulken bag filled with shipping supplies. But basically, you just send in a 10-second minimum video of us, or not of us, of you just sharing what you love about My Reseller Genie, and you are automatically entered to win that. And we are going to be drawing that winner April 15th, tax day. So well, actually, it'll probably be the day after tax day, because we're giving you guys till the end of tax day to submit your video. So don't forget about that. And with that, yeah, should we just go ahead and start?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. Well, welcome, guys. Can I win Genie for a year? Well,
hey, Jessica.
We'll have to. I don't know.
Not tonight.
No, she's asking for the giveaway prize. We'll have to talk about that.
That's
a
that.
good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we are Faith and Paul. We are happily married. I am a reseller, and my husband has a background in accounting. And we started this business I always get confused now.
2020.
This time's always 2020.
COVID business.
5 years ago, yeah. And we have, gone the whole way from starting from an Excel spreadsheet to becoming a full-blown web app. And we are just loving helping customers, helping resellers, because we know that this is a pain point. Knowing your numbers, accounting, taxes, all of that. It can just be really, really stressful for most of us. And with that, do you want to just give them a little background about how we started, why we started?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I got distracted by a comment. So
which comment should we get?
It's Tim's comment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So Tim, that particular error, we actually, about 10 minutes before the live, my developer said, "Hey, the fix is in development." So after the live, I'll be double checking the fix, and then, assuming he's still awake, having him push it. If not, it'll be pushed out tomorrow morning. But if you're getting any sort of like a error when you're using Genie right now, we are on it, and a fix will be pushed very shortly.
Yeah, and we really, really care about getting those fixed quick. And I love what Cindy, one of our longtime customers, said. She said, "You guys fix the bugs in your software, whenever they come up, like faster than any other software that I've been a part of." So that was really cool. We are working on it. Yeah. So basically, I was just saying, do you want to just share really, really quick how we started?
Yeah. So Faith's background's in reselling. I have a background working in corporate accounting. And when Faith was first getting started in reselling, we got to her first tax season, and she was stressed out because she had no idea what to do,
to say the least.
And so I basically whipped up a spreadsheet for her and said, "Okay, put this information here, put that information here." And then tax filing was a lot easier.
So much better.
But, a lot of work initially. So that kind of introduced the need to me. And over the next couple of years, Faith was interacting with other resellers and groups and stuff like that. And just again and again, she kept seeing the same thing. Like, people really need some help with this. And so we thought, okay, there's probably a need for this. COVID came around. Hours got cut at work. Fortunately, kept my job. Great folks to work for there. But with the extra time, I was like, okay, well, we needed to try and make up some money. So I was trying to do gig work. Wasn't really working out because everybody was trying to do gig work. And Faith was like, "Hey, maybe we should take that spreadsheet and like make it into a real product." So we did just that. It was like a super souped up spreadsheet. And we did pretty well with it. We sold over 500 copies within a couple months. And it was like, all right, well, there's a real need for this. There's a demand for this. And the way to grow this into what it needs to be is to make it a web app. So we hired some developers and built a web app. And we've been growing and building and working ever since. So that's the backdrop of My Reseller Genie.
Yep. And if you guys see, like if I'm looking down, that's just because I am moderating tonight. So I'm trying to juggle YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. So I am engaged with you guys and here. So, all right. So this is how tonight's going to go. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we have a demo that we're going to show you. So we are going to show you guys how, like what My Reseller Genie looks like for anybody who's here and hasn't ever joined before. And we're going to show you just some of like the key functionality that My Reseller Genie has to offer. Are we going to go through setup at all?
Like yeah, we're going to buzz through setup.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So we're going to show you guys how setup works, which is fantastic because people get a little bit, intimidated starting something new. And I get that. It's usually not very easy when you start something new, but we have actually added some things recently that have really, really helped with that. So we're excited to show you that. And we are going to be doing some giveaways throughout the night as well. So we are going to give away Genie bags right here. If you guys haven't seen these, which way am I going? There we go. We're giving
really large.
Yes, Genie bags, and these are just some of the best bags. We get compliments about them all the time. And we're going to be giving away a few free months of My Reseller Genie's ultimate subscription plan. And we usually wait to say this till the end. If you guys are wondering how much My Reseller Genie costs, because, that's everybody, everybody thinks, oh no, it's probably like super, super expensive. It's actually very affordable. We have three plans starting from $9.99 a month to $19.99 a month. And we have a coupon code right now, MRG Live 15. If you enter that at checkout, you'll get 15% off of your first month. So anyway, we're going to dive in, but just wanted to let you guys know that's kind of how it's going to go tonight. And then we're going to take questions from you guys as well. So
awesome. Okay. So when you first log into Genie, well, after you pay, this is what you're going to see. It'll give you a little walkthrough saying, hey, thanks for signing up. It'll point out there's a get started button. And then it'll also point out there's a little area down here where you can type in questions. There's an AI that'll try and answer them for you. It'll try and link you to articles. But if you can't get an answer, you can always hit message support and get a message sent directly to us. We're very good about getting back to you. Get back in like 24 hours or less. Frequently, it's going to be less. But 7 days a week, 365 days a year, we're here for you. All right, so let's click on Start Setup. So the first thing it's going to ask you is about how you account for inventory. The reason we start here is just because this is kind of one of the biggest questions for reselling accounting. So if you're not sure what the difference is, it'll link you to an article explaining the difference. But I'll just say in a couple sentences, accrual inventory method, that means that you record an expense for the inventory when it sells. Cash inventory method means you record an expense for the inventory when you buy it. Okay. So I'm going to choose accrual inventory method and click continue. It's going to give me some information basically saying don't import inventory from all of your platforms because then you'll have duplicates. You just want to have whichever platform you list most of your items on. Okay, so first thing it's going to ask me, do you sell on eBay? I'm going to say yes. And then it's going to ask me to name the integration. I only have one store, so I'm just going to call it eBay. And this is how the data is going to be tagged when it gets pulled into My Reseller Genie. Hopefully I remembered my password. It looks like I did. Great. Okay, so you can select if you want to import inventory or sales. If you use the cash inventory method, it won't even give you the inventory option because you won't be tracking inventory. So I'm going to import my inventory real quick. It's thinking. And in a second here, it's going to tell me, great. The import started, so now I can move over and do sales. You can import all the way back to January of the prior year. So if you're needing to get your 2024 eBay data real quick, it's a couple clicks in Genie, just like that. Boom. All right, so it's going to say continue setup.
Effects, by the way. So.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Continue setup. Do you have additional stores on eBay to integrate? So if you have multiple stores, you can integrate more than one store to Genie, which is pretty nice. You do have to pay a little bit more for it, but the time savings is totally worth it. It's just $5 per month. So as long as you're saving more than $5 worth of your time, it's absolutely worth it.
Great way to look at it.
All right. It's going to ask me, do you sell on Poshmark? I'll say yes. And I have the Genie extension already installed. But if you connect to Poshmark or Mercari, you're going to need the extension. So if you don't have it, it'll give you a little message that says, hey, click here. You go install the extension, then come back, refresh your browser, get back into the setup, and then it'll log into your account. So I'm going to add the Poshmark account here. And since I already imported inventory from eBay, I'm just going to do sales from here. And I'll click import.
And hello from Facebook. We have Zach and Lisa watching. Thank you guys for joining us.
All right, so it's telling me my sales import has started. It's asking if I want to do inventory next. I'm going to say no because I already did it from eBay. And I'm also going to tell it no, I don't sell on Mercari. But if you do sell on Mercari, it's going to be the same process as it is for Poshmark to connect your account and import your data. All right, next up, do you sell on other platforms or have an existing spreadsheet you'd like to upload? So if you're already like tracking your data somewhere else, if you're selling on other platforms and you want to upload your sales, you can do that. I'm going to click no just to move along with the setup. And something else I want to say is if you can't figure out uploads or like uploads just feel super overwhelming, don't worry about it. You can just go through setup and then manually enter sales. If that feels more doable, totally fine. Yeah. Do what works best for you. Okay, so do you want to connect a bank account or credit card to Genie? So this is going to be a similar process to like eBay and Poshmark. I'm going to say no just so we can move through this, but just know that you are able to connect many bank accounts and many credit cards to Genie. We integrate with over 12,000 financial institutions. So it's not everyone, but it's a lot of them. And do you have other expenses you want to upload? Yeah. So if you have like a file where you've kept your expenses, you can upload those here.
And I'll just say though, the bank integration is one of my favorite features because especially at tax time, like when you're going through all of your expenses and trying to note all of your deductions, it just makes it super easy. And before I was, keeping receipts, which you probably still should, but keeping receipts and, just having to go through piles of that and figuring everything out and looking at bank statements. But with the bank integration, it just makes it so easy because everything is in one place for you. It's awesome.
Yeah. And something else I'm excited about with the bank integration is we're going to be releasing, it's like personalized coding of your expenses. So it'll learn based on how you've assigned past expenses. And then for new expenses that get brought in, it'll make very educated guesses. So it's not out yet, but it's been tested. We just honestly, we just have like a lot of testing we're working through right now. It's killing me because I know we have these great features and it's just like, we got to get them out there.
Right. But I just have to say, thank you for doing all the testing because otherwise, there'd be bugs everywhere.
And sometimes there still are. Okay. So if you're doing the accrual inventory method, it's going to ask you if you finished updating purchase prices on your inventory and sales. So I'm going to click yes here. But just know that in order for Genie to give you accurate calculations about your inventory balances, you need to have updated purchase prices and purchase dates for your current inventory and your sales. All right, so we got through setup. It's going to link us to an article based on what our plan is, telling us how you keep up with your books. So I'm going to click don't show this message again because I already know how to do it. But if you're not sure, check it out. It's right there.
And guys, let us know in the chat. Well, first of all, I do see that we have some questions coming in already, which is fantastic. Definitely feel free to, go ahead and bring in your questions, but we will be answering those after the demo. So, and in the order that they came from. I was going to say though, after just watching that setup, does that feel kind of overwhelming to folks? I know that we kind of went through it and you didn't get a chance to, read all the instructions and stuff, but let us know how you're feeling after that. Specifically if you're a new user or if you're interested in becoming a user.
Right. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I'm actually, while I'm on this tab, I'm going to uncheck the daily integration because I want my inventory only pulling in from eBay so I don't get duplicates. And now let's take a little tour of the software. Okay, so you'll notice, especially if you're on the Ultimate plan, you get you get notifications on the Ultimate plan, and Genie has walkthroughs that point out, hey, you've got notifications, click on them. So I'm going to click, don't show this message again. And when there's things that need your attention, you get a little notification. So you can just click on that, see what the thing is, and deal with it. But let's not get too hung up on that right now. So just going through the management page, this is like a big picture overview of Genie. This isn't where you'll pull your reports for accounting or for taxes or anything like that. This is just trying to give you a bird's eye view of your business. So profitability shows you for the last 13 months, your total sales, total COGS, gross and net profit. Then we'll have a current inventory summary. If any of my inventory items had values, then this chart would be populated, but they're all set to 0 right now, so it's blank. Total sales summary, it's breaking up my sales revenue based on the department, which is kind of like a top level, how we split sales apart. All right, then assets to liabilities. This shows you some couple different asset and liabilities. So like your inventory balance, you'd be able to see how it changed over time here. If you were tracking cash in Genie, you'd be able to see it here. Income tax liability, that's probably the one that is most relevant for a lot of folks. But Genie has a way that you can put in an estimated tax rate, and it'll use that tax rate and your profit to calculate how much you're estimated to owe. So you'll be able to see that balance in here over time. And then all the numbers that make up these charts are down here. So let's move forward to sales. Sales analytics. So Genie has really great sales analytics. The reason is because they're super flexible. Mm-hmm. So up at the top here, we just have a really quick time filter that you can use. So that's nice. You can put in custom time ranges as well. But as you start digging into this and you say, okay, I want to view sales by category. It's like, all right, well, there's more categories. What about subcategories? There's even more subcategories. What about brand? And it gets to be kind of a lot when you're looking at it like this. So I'm going to show you in a sec how you can actually use Genie's setup to drill into things a little bit easier. All right, so the profit and sales detail, that is showing me gross profit and the number of sales, okay? This is a really useful chart because you can kind of get to some helpful insights really quick, like drilling in department, category, subcategory. Scrolling along, we have gross profit by days listed. So Genie looks at how long between the list date and the sale date it was, and then we'll break up into like 30-day. Some of them are larger than 30 days, but it'll break it up into buckets to see how long it takes to sell most of your items. Gross profit by platform, pretty self-explanatory. It's just showing you how much money you're making on each platform. And then total sales by days listed. So this is kind of similar to this chart up here, but it actually shows you your average sale price and the total number of sales based on how long it took to sell. So like if you tend to wait a really long time, this chart will help you. If you tend to wait a really long time before accepting offers on your items, this chart might help you to see if that strategy is paying off for you. Mm-hmm. Are your sale prices staying about the same? Are they going up? or are they going down on average? So it's just giving you a little bit of numbers to go behind making that decision of, do I accept this offer, which I think is lower than it should be, or not?
Yeah. And guys, just, from reseller to reseller, sometimes it's just really helpful to have the facts right in front of you, because, we can get really attached to our inventory, or we can think, oh gosh, I'm losing money if I don't, accept this offer. But it's like, really, how much is your time worth? How long is it going to take this to sell? Can I reinvest, the money that I make from this into something else that's going to make me more profit? Just things like that. So really, really helpful.
Yeah. All right. So scrolling down here, I'm going to show you a couple things. Actually, we have 2 new features on the details since the last time we gave a demo.
Super exciting.
So, all right. First thing, I'm just going to show you the old faithful filters over here. So one of the reasons Genie's so powerful is because you can filter your data based on anything that you're tracking. So if I want sales with sales that contain black in the item title, I can type that in. If I want to sort by category shoes, I can filter that way. And you can see, like, you can just do as many compound filters as you want to really view just the information that you're interested in. And all the charts up here update dynamically.
I'm sorry. Isn't that exciting? I get really, really excited about visuals because I'm not a numbers person, guys. And so I need pictures, and I need to be able to see, as things fluctuate and change, and our filters cause that to happen. So we have the best sales analytics, in my opinion.
So, earlier, you remember when I looked at brand, it was like there was a ton of brands, right? But now that I've filtered the data down to something specific, I can look at brand, and it's a little bit easier to look at, a little easier to digest. So let me clear that. Now, you might be looking at these filters and being like, Paul, that's hard. That's a complicated way to filter. Well, check this out. We added a quick filter where you can type a search term in, and Genie will look at every field and filter based on your search term.
It's
so
wonderful.
Looks like I only have one sale with yoga.
That's kind of amazing.
Anywhere. So that's kind of interesting.
Are these my sales? Because I definitely have a lot more than that, but
maybe
it's somebody else's.
Not that I imported.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got quick filter, you got compound filters, best of both worlds with Genie. Also, just want to kind of highlight this: returns, refunds, and cancellations. So it's important to track these separate from sales. You can't just delete a sale if it gets returned. You want to have both the sale and the return tracked. So Genie helps you with this. I thought about going a little bit too deep into the details, but I'm gonna.
But you caught yourself.
I caught myself.
Good job, baby.
Caught myself.
I'm proud of you, baby.
All right. So inventory. You're not going to see this tab if you have the cache inventory method selected. So if you accidentally selected that and you need to change it, click on the gear icon up here, and you can change it right there. But I want to keep it as accrual. Okay. So here's the other thing. Which
should we do a giveaway, or should we wait till the end of your demo?
End of the demo.
Okay.
For sure.
Yep.
End of the demo. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what I was going to say, this other feature, which we haven't even announced it yet. Some people are using it, but we haven't announced it yet. We now have a full screen view.
Woo!
Which is
Look at that.
Pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they can see my window right now. I'm actually not sure how this would look on StreamYard. Sweet.
Yeah,
it's sharing it.
Oh,
yeah, no, it's sharing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we got feedback from folks that were saying like, hey, I can't always really see a lot of records in the screen like this. Can you add full screen? So we added full screen.
Daniela says, yay. Daniela's been with us for a very long time. We love you, Daniela.
All right. So I'll move past inventory now, because really that's the only exciting thing I can say. We have really awesome data tables. Actually, you can export. I'll say that too.
Oh yeah.
So if you need a backup of your information, or you want to do some other like analytics or something in Excel that Genie doesn't offer stock, You can download as a CSV. Just click export, download, and it comes out in a super computer-friendly format. Other thing is you can customize the columns. Like if you don't want to see the subcategory, you can hide that column and Genie will save it for you. All right, I'm going to skip past cast reconciliation. That feature is going to be sunsetted and actually redone in a better way. Yeah, yes. It'll be reborn. But expenses, pretty similar to inventory. So any expenses that aren't directly attached to sales are going to show up in here. So if you have like eBay shipping labels, those are separate transactions from sales and eBay. So they get pulled in here and then we attach them to the sales for analytics purposes. Your credit cards, when you connect your credit card, is going to pull transactions into here. You have all the same great table functionality that Genie offers everywhere else. And I can actually highlight this too. So we allow you to bulk edit your information. So if you have a bunch of entries that you need to change and you want to do it in a faster way than just double clicking on things and editing in the form, you can actually download your data, edit it in a spreadsheet, and then upload that spreadsheet back into Genie. So you can edit like 1,000 records at a time that way.
So easy, guys. Man, we've just added so much since we started, and like we're adding more and more. One of our users, when they submitted their video entry for the giveaway that we're doing, they said that one of their favorite features is the bulk edit feature. So really, really happy to deliver on that one.
Yeah. All right. And last but not least, in fact, this might be first in a lot of folks' minds, is the reporting section.
Because of tax time.
Yes. Remember earlier I was like, management dashboard is not for reporting, for filing taxes, anything like that. It's just for a bird's eye view. This section, the reseller reports, this is where you go when you need to file your taxes. All right. So profit and loss statement is the first report that shows up. If you're not familiar with profit and loss statements, these are reports that give you a summary of all your income and expenses in one place. So that's what you need to file your taxes.
I just want you to highlight this comment. Jessica says the reporting section saves lives. It's so true, Jessica. Oh my gosh. We've had so many people like write in, especially after they file their taxes, and they're like, guys, like that was the easiest tax filing experience I've ever had in my life. Thank you guys so much. And again, that's kind of why we set out to do this, because there really hasn't been something created like tailored to resellers, that help us gather the numbers that we need to be able to file our taxes effectively and to do the bookkeeping that we need to do throughout the year. So anyway, but yes, Jessica, I totally agree. She said, I would cease to exist if I didn't have that.
All right. So you probably saw me playing with this toggle here. So remember earlier I mentioned you could set a estimated tax rate in Genie. Actually, let me show you how you can do that. You can click on the gear icon and then it's right here. So you can just change it, save it, and boom, it's there. So this is great if you're like doing your quarterly taxes. You can set that rate, run a report, and then if you turn this toggle on, Genie will give you an estimate. Excuse me. Genie will give you an estimate. But if you don't want that estimate, just turn the toggle off and it's gone. Okay, so I love the profit and loss statement, not just because I am an accountant, but also because of some of the things that Genie does with the profit and loss statement. Okay, so if you click on any line, you get a detail of what makes up that line. So if you see an expense and you're like, what the heck? How is that total so high? You can click on it, you can scroll down, and you can look at all the different transactions that make it up.
Ta-da.
And you know what? If one of them is miscategorized, you can double click it and change it. Just like that.
Look at that.
I didn't even need to rerun it. It just updated.
It just updated. Look at that.
Way to go, developers.
See, our software is even cooler than we know that it is. Really quick, let me just read a few more of these comments about users who've used the reports. Okay, yeah, so the reporting section saves lives. Monkey Wrench Flip says, my tax lady loves, all caps, this. Daniela says, amen to that, Jessica. Seriously, I would cease to exist if I didn't have that. Daniela says, my accountant is a big fan. And then Tim says, I literally am going to do mine on Sunday. I call the P&L the procrastination report. Oh, Tim.
All right, so so we talked about going in and seeing these details, how you can edit and modify the details, but guess what else? You can also hit compare data up here, and you can say, all right, I want to compare 2024 to 2025. And then you see all the numbers for 2024, all the numbers for 2025. Or if you want to do this like month to month, you can do that too. You can do it quarter to quarter. There is so much that you can do on this profit and loss statement.
I'm going to get a coffee refill.
Thank you so much. Okay, so next up, inventory report. Now, the inventory report, when I run it, is all going to show zeros because I don't have any purchase prices in here. But inventory report, you're only going to see it if you have the cash inventory methods, if you have the accrual inventory method selected, because it's only relevant if you're using the accrual inventory method. So what is it? Well, it gives you the numbers that go on the Schedule C for reporting your inventory. So that's like how the IRS calculates the expenses, your cost of goods sold. They use balances. So they say, all right, we're going to take the beginning inventory balance, we're going to add how much inventory you purchased, and then we're going to subtract your ending inventory balance, and that's your cost of goods. It sounds very confusing, and on the face it is, but if you think about it, eventually it makes sense, and then you feel really good about yourself. So, if you're like feeling down this weekend, maybe spend some time thinking about that, lift your spirits. But all this to say, Genie does the math for you. So all you need to do is put accurate data into Genie, and then Genie calculates it and spits it out for you. And another nice thing that Genie does is it allows you to download a detail that makes the numbers up. So something that I like to always tell people, if you're filing with the accrual inventory method, you give your accountant your ending inventory balance from Genie, click that download button and download a detail of what makes up that inventory balance. Because if you accidentally, add an inventory item or delete an inventory item and that balance changes, it's nice to have something you can go back to rebuild it. So moving right along, a couple reports here. I'll kind of glaze over platform transactions, consignment commission. I won't go into consignment commission. Genie does have the ability to track consignments though, and it actually provides a nice little report that will calculate how much you owe your I think it's consignee or consign. I always forget if it's consigner or consignee. Anyways, the person who's giving you inventory to sell, it'll calculate how much you need to pay them based on the rate you agreed to. Now, if you're doing like more advanced consignment with like sliding scales and all that, it's not that advanced. It just allows you to put in a single rate per person, but it can be a nice little feature add. Also, the sales tax report. This is another kind of newer one. It's not relevant for everyone, but some states actually, even if you don't collect the sales tax, they actually ask you to report the sales tax that was collected by eBay. So if you're in one of those states, you know what I'm talking about. Genie does provide a report for you that totals it up, so it's nice and easy. And then this is another newer one, actually, the Schedule C generator. So if you don't know what a Schedule C is, it's the tax form that sole proprietorships and single member LLCs will use to file their business taxes. It's like actually part of your personal tax return. Hey, it's Felix.
We're interrupting real quick. This is our little intern, Felix. Say hi. And he is having so much fun with Grandma. Thank you so much, Mom.
My pleasure.
But this is just a quick interruption. Yes, he has little moosies on his feet.
Yeah.
Anyway, say hi, say bye. All right.
Hi and bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, and you got your phone, right?
I do.
Okay, great. All right.
All right. So that was a nice little break from accounting. Okay, but yeah, a Schedule C generator. So the Schedule C is part of your, it's like an attachment to your personal tax return where you can put your business information. Anyways, a lot of people have asked us for this. All the information that goes into a Schedule C, at least all the stuff that's stored in Genie, you can get through the P&L and the inventory report. But if you want to generate a Schedule C straight out of Genie, you can select the year, click Run Report, and then it's actually going to ask you to confirm mapping. So Genie's going to do its best to map expenses in your Genie to the Schedule C, but it needs you to confirm, yeah, this is accurate. So I'm going to say I approve, and then it will allow me, if I'm claiming a home office deduction, which probably most of us resellers will be, because let's be honest, most of us are storing things in our closets, in our garages. I mean, all over the place.
Yeah.
So we don't have the calculator in here for that deduction, but you can input the information here. I'm going to hide that. You can also, if you're claiming a deduction for business use of a vehicle, you can put that information in here. So if you're tracking mileage in Genie, it'll pull the mileage in and show it for you. But then there's a couple other questions on the Schedule C about the vehicles. So Genie just says, hey, was it available for personal use? Do you have another vehicle available? Do you have evidence for your deduction? Is it written? So you can just fill all that out and then run the report, and it spits it out just like that. So we've got a bunch of our numbers coming in here. There's some information that Genie doesn't ask for, like your social security number. You can just write that in there. But yeah, so that's another feature addition. And I think we're to the end of the demo. So let's get into,
well done,
maybe we should do
done.
like a giveaway and then some questions. And then if people want more, like to demo other things, we can do that.
Yeah. Really quick, because I don't want to miss this Instagram question, because I don't think that they come through. Cass Meows resells. And by the way, thank you so much for all of your shout outs. We really appreciate that. She's asking if the Schedule C thing is already a feature that is live. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is live. If you don't see it when you go to Reseller Reports, refresh your browser, because that's how you get updates from us. So when you refresh your browser, it asks our server, hey, can you send me that code again? And then our server's like, sure. So if there's new code on the server, that's how you get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome questions. All right. Yes. How about we do a giveaway, and then we're going to answer some of your guys' questions, babe. Good job on that. That was fantastic. Hopefully that helps you guys a little bit. Let us know in the chat. Yes, Swamp Picker is here. Okay. Which swamp are you from, Swamp Picker? Where are you from? Let us know. But yeah, guys, let us know in the chat. Was that super helpful? Are you feeling really overwhelmed? And then obviously drop any questions that you have in the chat, and we will start getting on those. But giveaway first, we are going to give away a free month of My Reseller Genie's Ultimate Plan, which is our highest tier. So that has all the integrations, it has the bank integration, and all the features that you just saw, plus more, because it's kind of impossible to go through all the features that we have. So we need a word. What word do we want people to put into the chat?
How about, it's 2 words, but we'll just Schedule C. What do you think? And
that might be a little complicated.
I'll hashtag it.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
You got to work for it.
Yes, you do have to work for it. Okay, guys, Schedule C, no spaces. Drop that in the chat if you would like to be entered to win. And this is for current users or people who are not currently signed up. You are able to go ahead and enter to win a free month of My Reseller Genie's Ultimate Plan. And Felix is having a rough time upstairs, so it's good that he came down when he was happy. So.
Yeah. Hopefully the Mac's intelligence is picking up that sound as background and filtering it out.
Yeah, hopefully. Guys, are you still able to hear us with all the baby screams in the background? Hopefully. All right, people are starting to enter. Oh, we got one from Instagram. Guys, thank you for those of you who are listening on Instagram. Unfortunately, so we use StreamYard as our streaming software, and Instagram comments do not come through into StreamYard. So if you want to be entered into the giveaway, you need to go over to YouTube, and let me try to go ahead and post that link in Instagram, but you need to go go over to YouTube and go ahead and type in Schedule C. So let me drop the YouTube link in the chat over on Instagram. Hopefully you guys can click that. But if you just go to our YouTube channel, My Reseller Genie, click on the live, we're live, and then pop Schedule C in the chat. But yeah, so we can see your questions, but anything for the giveaway will not be transferred over into the drawing, unfortunately. So, but thank you so much, Olive and Thistle, for being here and for entering that.
Thanks for being on top of that. Also, I like that name, Olive and Thistle.
Yes, it's a good store name right there.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, should be maybe like 5-10 more seconds just in case.
Let's do 7.
7 seconds?
Yeah, 7 seconds.
7 seconds.
Starting
right.
now.
You count, babe.
7,
you count.
6,
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. May the best
Boom.
man or woman win. Who's it going to be? I should just say the best reseller. Dun, 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 dun. Jay Wonders. Congratulations, Jay Wonders. You won a free month of My Reseller Genie Ultimate. Are you a current user? Let us know. Or is this going to be your first month with us? Go ahead and shoot us an email. I will drop this in the chat. But shoot us an email at support@myresellergenie.com and we will get you set up with your free month. Congrats. We're really, really excited for you. And you just won the ultimate plan, which is the best one. So
it is the ultimate.
Swamp Picker's wondering if we are going to the Nashville reseller meetup. We are not sure yet.
Yeah.
We want to so badly. We'll just say having a baby, and there's a lot of exciting things happening with the business, and we're just trying to do everything we can to focus on that right now and get a lot of things done for you guys. So we haven't decided, but we want to really, really bad.
We do. It's a super fun time.
It's such a great meetup. And if you
Ray
guys
does an awesome job.
Yeah. If you don't know what that is, actually, I think, I have more information on our website, the Nashville Reseller Meetup. If anybody's interested in going, I will go ahead and drop that link in the chat as well. You guys should definitely check it out. And Jay Wonders, I'm going to go ahead and put our email address in the chat. Just shoot us a message and you claim that. And then with that, shall we start going through questions?
Yeah, we're going all the way up to the top.
All right, guys, we're going to answer your questions in the order that they came, and feel free to keep dropping questions in the chat. Olive and Thistle over from Instagram says, so thankful for this live. I've just started up my business again, so it's perfect timing for me to add My Reseller Genie. Awesome. We are so excited to have you. And Olive and Thistle and anybody else who's listening, if you didn't just win that free month, we have a coupon code for 15% off of your first month. The code is MRGLive15. I will type that into the chat too, if you guys would like a little discount. And also, you can cancel anytime. 14-day money back guarantee. If it's just not a good fit for you, we got you covered with that. So, all right. Any questions yet that you found?
Not yet. Not yet.
Right. I'm getting on this chat, guys. I'm a little bit behind in posting stuff.
All right. So Scott, is it smart to delete your upload history if you haven't been on it in a couple months? Then resync them, or is there a better way? So I think that the answer to this might depend a little bit. Well, it's actually going to depend on the plan you're on. It's going to depend on how you're accounting for your inventory. So if you're still here, Scott, can you let me know what plan you're on and what your inventory is, just so I can give you as personalized an answer as possible. All right, so Annette says, what if I do accrual and think I uploaded from both eBay and Poshmark when I should have only imported from eBay? I do have identical SKU numbers for both. I did sign up in October and uploaded sales for 2023. Okay, so Annette, I'm actually going to share my screen and show you a little feature which Scott actually just alluded to. So if you click on your profile icon and then click Upload History, you'll be able to see. So if you uploaded from both eBay and Poshmark for inventory, you'll see an eBay inventory file and a Poshmark inventory file. So you can select one of those and click Delete Uploaded Items, and it'll delete any of those extra inventory items from your Genie account. So one limitation to this is for items that have sold, if like when you matched it to a sale, you match the Poshmark one to a sale, and then if you deleted the Poshmark inventory file, you'd still have the eBay item in your inventory. So you might still have a couple duplicates that you got to comb through, but that will get rid of the bulk of the duplicates. And since you have the SKU numbers, it should actually be fairly easy for you to find your duplicates. You'll just download sales, download inventory, and then like do a search in a spreadsheet program. Oh, and then you're asking if you should restart from scratch. So that's an option. I don't know how much work you put into your initial setup. Like if you assign purchase prices and purchase dates to everything, I think it probably, I'm hesitant about saying you want to start over from scratch. I think if you can, if you can delete one of the inventory uploads and then go in and find the duplicates, it might save you some time. But if you just went in, you imported data and you haven't done anything since then I'd say, simplest thing would be.
She's saying I can delete by SKU.
Okay. Delete by SKU. Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
Guys, is it helpful for us to post the questions that people are asking on the screen for you? I'm thinking maybe for the replay, it might be helpful for folks.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to do that.
Oh, sorry. I was just zoning up. Well, not zoning. I was busy with the comments over
No, I hear that. I hear that.
My bad, babe.
All right. Thrifty Navy Mom. Will Genie pull the platform fee and shipping fees when pulling sales? So yes, it will. Actually, I want to address this because some people might have this question about Poshmark. So let me share my screen. All right. So I actually have a notification here that it says there may be some deductions that you're missing for Poshmark shipping that are not shown on Poshmark's website. Click to review them. So you click on that, and then it's going to tell you, hey, upload a Poshmark sales report for January 1st, 2024 through today. You upload it here, and then you click upload. The reason why Genie's asking for that is because there are upgraded Poshmark shipping fees. I think it happens if your package is heavier than it's supposed to be, or maybe you're shipping a lot more items. And so you have to pay this upgraded shipping label fee. Now, the weird thing is it doesn't show up on their website anywhere. And so we aren't able to pull it with our integration. But if you download a Poshmark sales report, it does show up there. So this is just Genie trying to get you the maximum deduction possible. So if you see that notification, that's what that's about. You might not have any extra deductions because it's only for specific cases. But yeah, that's the only situation where it's well, Genie's not actually pulling all the shipping in because it's not all available. But we do have a way to get it pulled in for you from Poshmark. But yeah, for eBay, it's pulling all that information in. Mercari pulls all that information in. So yeah, let me know if you have any follow-ups on that.
Was this a Stephanie question?
No, this was Thrifty Navy Mom.
It's over 5 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, she's okay. So she's saying if it's over 5 pounds,
gotcha,
you pay additional shipping.
Okay, gotcha. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. These are awesome, guys. Keep them coming. We're going to keep answering, and we have more giveaways coming too. So
Tim's the king of long tail items.
Yeah, he said that he just sold something for $200 that he had listed from 2019.
Hey, that's awesome.
Hey, yep, good for you. Tim, I feel like you said something like that on our last live too. Yeah, so you definitely are the king of that. All right, looks like we have, well, yes, Annette wanted to know if we were going to have this video saved on our channel. Yes, we will. You guys can watch the replay for sure. And then we have a question from Facebook. Lisa says, I'm a QuickBooks user getting ready to switch to MRG. Yay! Question. Often when I thrift, I pick up personal items as well and pay my business back in cash from my personal funds. I assume I could set up a petty cash account in MRG. How would I record that transaction? I saw where I could flag an expense as business versus personal, but what if a transaction is split? How would I record the cash transfer back to my business? Thanks.
That's a great question,
Very
Lisa.
thorough too.
So I'll tell you this right now. So Genie is going to feel pretty different from QuickBooks. The reason for that is because the way we set Genie up was to feel kind of more comfortable for folks who aren't coming from an accounting background. So it sounds like you're pretty familiar with double entry accounting systems, which is awesome. Genie is going to be easy to use, but it will feel different. So currently in Genie, we don't track cash transactions. I mentioned earlier that we kind of buzz through the cash reconciliation section. The reason for that is just because the way it was set up doesn't provide a ton of value right now. So that's why we're going to revamp it, and we're looking at what it would take to add functionality. So if you're wanting to use Genie as a double entry system, you can. That's one of the many possibilities we're considering. But all this to say, so what you would do is basically just adjust those expense transactions down to whatever the expense amount is. So I know that might not be the most exciting answer to hear if you're like super into the double entry accounting way of doing things. But that is how you do it in Genie right now. And in future, we'll be adding additional functionality that will allow you to do like all the personal cash movements and stuff like that.
Yeah. And Lisa, thanks so much for tuning in from Facebook. If you have any follow-up questions, please let us know. And guys, just a little plug for our customer support. Some folks already were very just generous with their compliments, but customer support really, really is important to us. And so, even if we are going to answer all of your questions tonight. But if you have questions after the live, just know that we are very, very responsive through email. We always respond within 24 hours. And if you go to our website, I believe it's myresellergenie.com/support. I think I will double check that. It just shows all of our different customer support options. We also have a Facebook users group that's specifically for current users. It's not for people who are interested. It's for people who are currently signed up. But we just have a lot of different avenues, for you guys to ask questions and to share with each other. And we always, always, always respond. So it's really important to us that you guys get the help that you need. So don't feel like, after tonight, that's the end. Paul and Faith are gone. Like, no, we're here 7 days a week. Reading all the comments.
Yeah, Tim, I lived in Fairwinds on the Severn from like 8th grade through, gosh. When
you met me?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had some
2017.
Some really, really sweet dates on that.
Yeah. That's so funny.
That's crazy, Tim. Wow.
All right, now I'm down to the Schedule C, the hashtag Schedule C.
Nice. Okay. Susan says, Paul is fast. His responses are much quicker than 24 hours. Yes, I would agree with that, Susan. I'm going to go ahead and post the link, guys, right now in the chat. If you're a current user of the software and you're not a part of our Facebook users group, definitely join that because we post announcements on there. We post about these lives, and you can engage with other users about your questions and get answers from them or from us. You still going through all?
I'm still going through them. Okay, I think I found one.
All
right. Stephanie says, I'm a consignment seller and have nowhere else, even with Vendu, etc., to determine exactly my portion of gross profits. I know most aren't consignment sellers, but how can I learn more about this? Oh, okay. Since you're interested in learning about it, let me just take you through it real quick. Okay, so all right. It all starts with vendors in Genie. So a vendor, how do I want to do this? Let me just record a sale. All right. I'll sell this item for $100. We didn't have to pay anything for shipping. It was amazing. and the transaction fee was $1. Sales tax is $6.
Yeah, those are some great comps right there.
Yeah.
What platform are you selling on?
Yeah, what platform? We'll call it Grailed.
There you go. Yeah, no.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna add that sale in, and then I'm gonna attach a vendor here. So I'm gonna add a new vendor. We'll say Sally.
Is this Stephanie's question?
Consigner. Yeah.
Okay, she's saying I'm a 50-50 split, so it's pretty straightforward for my numbers.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, so I'm going to add a vendor, Sally Consigner. I'm going to say yes, they're a consigner, and then put in a commission percentage. Okay, so now this sale has been like attached to that vendor. By the way, you can attach vendors on inventory. So like if you're tracking inventory, you can say, all right, this is from this consigner. So that you don't have to do this when the item sells. But when I go over to reseller reports and click consignment commission, I'll select the consigner here and I'll set the time period. So the sale happened in April. So I'm just going to look at April. Did I record it in April? Yeah, I did.
After he finishes this one, guys, we're going to do another giveaway, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I need to look into that. I'm not sure why it's not showing up here.
You want me to send you a message?
Yeah, shoot me a message.
Okay.
Shoot me a message because something is not working the way it's supposed to. So we'll have to look into that.
Do you want me to have them shoot you a message or me?
Both.
All right. The email address to send that to is support@myresellergenie.com, and we will get on that.
Oh, wait, the vendor's not attached.
Paul is troubleshooting right now, just for you.
Oh, okay. I know what I did. I created the vendor, but I never assigned it to the item. Okay. Don't send me an email.
Yeah. No more emails.
Or do. I'm cool if you send me emails. Okay. Okay.
There we go.
Thank goodness. All right. So when you run the consigner report, you'll get a little summary down here, and then transactions will show up beneath it. So if you want, you'll be able to download this report. You'll send it to the consigner, but it'll tell you the total sales for them. If there's been any refunds of their items, it'll summarize those up here. It'll show you total expenses and then the gross profit. So sales minus refunds minus expenses equals your gross profit. And then it uses that 50% to calculate commission due. So if you want, you can just download the report like that, and then you can send it to them. If they also wanted like a CSV so that they could open it in an Excel spreadsheet, you can export there. But that's how the consignment feature works in Genie. Okay.
All right, we're going to do a giveaway.
Yeah, giveaway time.
All right, guys. We are going to be giving away one of our famous totes. I like to say that they're famous at this point. They are in all 50 states of the US of A by now. And yeah, people are just loving these. Hopefully I'm in the screen. I can't really see. But these are our IKEA style totes with the My Reseller Genie branding on them. They are huge. They have 4 straps. People love them. I should give you the hashtag first. How about we do hashtag IKEA? Does that work?
Is that a copyright infringement?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's a good point. How about just hashtag MRG for My Reseller Genie?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Hashtag MRG. Hang on one second. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet.
That was total power play.
No. I didn't mean. I wasn't talking about for you. I was talking about for the comments. I meant for you to start it, and then but they can't start commenting.
For them,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, guys,
all right.
you can go ahead and enter hashtag MRG in the chat, guys. If you're on Instagram watching us, you need to go over to YouTube or our Facebook. I dropped the link in the Instagram chat. But yeah, unfortunately, your Instagram comments for the giveaway do not come over. So go ahead and hop on over. Hashtag MRG. Come on, guys. Only 21 entries. Also, please hit the like and subscribe button while you're at it. We would really, really appreciate that. But yeah, guys, these totes, people absolutely love them. The straps are very sturdy. There's 2 like this on each side. They're big enough to take all of your package. Well, maybe not all. Hopefully not all if you're making a lot of sales. But they are massive, so you can take your sales to the post office. And they're
I think it'll hold like 40 pounds.
Yes. Well, I would stick with 30, just to be safe.
Just to be safe.
Yes.
I mean, unless you don't care about the bag, and then you're like,
yeah, I mean, if you don't want to
put 50 pounds in it.
Please don't do that. And it says, I love my reseller pen from eBay open goodie bag. Nice. Oh, yes. Our pens. We have some of the best pens awesome. Too. They're a forest green color, and they have they are the
Pilot G2.
Thank you, the Pilot G2s, which in my opinion, one of the best pens that you can have. It's
great. Yeah. I don't know if any of our current customers know this, but I used to actually have a pen company. Like I made custom high-end pens.
This is good.
So when we were selecting which pens we were going to give out, I was like, we need good pens.
Yes.
Because garbage pens are garbage.
Yeah. And I feel like, and it's hard because, purchasing swag, especially as a small business, it's really, really pricey. And we get it why people do this. But a lot of companies, they'll just send cheap pens. And unfortunately, at least for me, they just go in the trash can. And I hate that, or, I'll donate them or whatever. But our pens are fantastic. People always come back to our tables for more of them. And that actually reminds me, I think that we'll give away 3 My Reseller Genie pens as a lot tonight too. So, But for now, why don't we go ahead and draw this?
That's a good lot.
Yes, it's really good. Or I should say as a bundle, not as a lot.
A bundle?
Yes, bundle 3 together. Dun, dun, dun. And it says you picked well. Lisa Tucker.
Congratulations.
Yes. All right. So Lisa, what we need you to do. Wait, is she from Facebook? She's one from Facebook.
Yeah, she's one from Facebook.
Yes.
She's coming from QuickBooks.
Yes. All right. So look at that. You're going to be a new user and you're going to get some swag right away. That's pretty exciting.
That's a good day.
Yeah, that's a really, really good day.
Yeah.
All right. So Lisa, I'm going to go ahead and drop our email in the chat, support@myresellergenie.com. Shoot us a message. Let us know that you won the tote. And we're going to need your address and stuff, but you can send that now, or, I'll send you a reply with the information that we need, and we will get that in the mail for you next week. All right. Back to questions. This is exciting, guys. The chat is on fire tonight. Guys, thank you all so much for your support. This is just great, but we are going to do more giveaways soon. All right, James says, can you show or talk through the proper way to deal with returns/cancellations when the item was relisted and comes in on the new listing import?
Yeah, great question. Okay, so James, because of the way I have the account set up, and I don't have those items able to show, I'll talk through it. So, all right. Returns and cancellations. So there's one of 2 possibilities. One would be it was returned on a platform that's integrated with Genie. The other is you manually recorded it. So let's start with if it's through a platform Genie is integrated with. So what would happen there is the return will get pulled automatically from Genie. Now it's going to ask you to review that return. And there's 2 questions it asks you. So the first one is, has the sale for this return been updated completely? Another way of thinking about the question is, did I match the sale to the inventory item? So if you did, then you click yes. If not, then go to the sale, match it to the inventory item. The second question is, did you receive the item back or not? Now, in your case, you're saying you relisted it, so I'm assuming you did. So you'll click yes. Now, when you click yes, what it's going to do is it's going to add the item back into your inventory. Okay? So when you relist the item, if you have unique SKUs, or if the item title is the same as it was before, then it'll get caught by our duplicate checker. It'll say, hey, this looks like a duplicate. Do you want to delete it from the import or add it to the import? So in that case, you would say remove from the import. But if you change the title a little bit, don't have unique SKUs, then you'll need to pick that item out manually and delete it from the import. Okay. All right. So that's case one, where the return was through an integrated platform. So case two is the return was on a different platform that wasn't integrated, and then like you're relisting it to eBay. In that case, it'll be the same thing. The only difference, though, is the return is not going to be it's not going to be automatically pulled in, and so you'll be manually recording it. So you go to the sale, double click it, click record refund, and then you'll put in the information for the return. It's going to ask you if you receive the item back or not. You'll click yes, adds the item to the inventory, and then the same thing for when that item comes through from eBay, from relisting. You'll either say, okay, remove this from the import if the duplicate checker catches it, or you'll need to manually pick it out if it's got a different title or no SKU or no unique SKU. So I hope that helps. If you have additional questions, I know that was kind of a lot to talk through. Feel free to send me an email to support@myresellergenie.com.
All right. All right, we're up to 750. Okay, that's pretty good, guys.
Pat Sajak's wife, when she lived in Gambrels.
Did you know? No?
No.
Okay. Sorry, guys. It turns out that Paul and Tim have lived very, very close to each other. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. All right. Guys, these are fantastic questions. We're going to do another giveaway soon, but we are going through the chat and answering questions in the order that they came. And if you're on Facebook too, you can drop questions in the chat on Facebook, and we will get those. And I have Instagram open. We'll get those too. All right, Robin says, I do wholesale and resell. I buy at the bins and have a handful of people I sell that stuff to. How do I handle this in MRG? I'd like to see how much I've made on the flips. I use the cash method. Okay.
So when you say the cash method, I'm going to assume you mean the cash inventory method, because most resellers are using the cash method overall for their business. But the difference is like how they account for inventory. So I'm assuming your cash inventory method. So there's actually a really great article on if you can deduct inventory when you buy it. That's written by Not Your Dad's CPA, Mark II. And I highly recommend reading it. But he's done a lot of research into this topic. And the way the law is stated, in order to use the cash inventory method, you can't keep an inventory with values assigned to it. So that's why Genie doesn't allow you to assign values to items if you have the cash inventory method selected. We're trying to, help protect you from, falling outside the lines of what you're allowed to do. So in Genie, you won't be able to track profitability on those lots if you're using the cash inventory method. So your only way to do that would be like assigning a unique SKU when you list those items, or when you sell those items, and then keeping that track, like the purchase price tracked off of Genie. As far as like how to record those sales, it sounds like you're selling to a handful of people. I'm guessing that means you might be doing like bundle sales for a lot of these folks. If you wanted to just, record a single sale saying like sold bins items instead of itemizing it out for each one, that would be fine. Just put in your total sale price. I hope that answers your question. Let me know if you have any follow-ups.
Robin says, I've been doing something like that on
Yeah. Yeah. So Vendu will allow you to do that. Okay. Great question, Annette.
What happens when you end and sell similar in eBay? Does MRG delete inventory and upload the new item? Great question. Let me get this one a lot.
Yeah. So we do not delete the item. The reason being, we're assuming that you're storing accounting information on that item, and we do not want to mess up your accounting records. So what happens is a new listing gets created. So Genie's inventory sync will pick that up. Now, when it comes in, it doesn't just get plugged straight into your inventory. It gets put into a pending status so that you can review it. So for items that are like being ended and sold similar, we have a duplicate checker. It runs 2 checks. So the first one is there a matching item title? The second one is there a matching SKU? So if you have one of those 2, it will it'll say, hey, this looks like a duplicate. Is it? If so, you can select it and say remove from the import. But if you don't have a unique SKU, or if you change the item title a little bit, you'll have to manually pick this out. So in those cases, what I encourage people to do is, okay, make sure all of your pending inventory has been dealt with before you're going to relist items, and then the day that you're relisting, only relist. So then when the new items come in, you can just remove all of them from the import. Hope that makes sense.
Great question. I'm going to give you a little break real quick. We're going to answer 4 more questions, then we're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to jump ahead, though, to Stephanie asked me a question. Thanks for the love, Stephanie. I appreciate you. She said, Faith, are you a store shopper, binge shopper, or both? So yeah, this is just kind of like fun fact. So I have done all of them. That's kind of the short answer. But what I do currently is more store shopping. And I'll just say that I'm very, very part-time reselling right now because most of my spare time, well, any free time that I have is spent working on My Reseller Genie. But I do, still have my Poshmark and eBay stores open. I have not thrifted in a while because I'm trying to be good, because I know that it's so easy to go out and shop and buy all this stuff, but if you don't have time to list, then it's just not a good idea. But I love the bins. However, I have a pretty severe mold allergy, and then I'm allergic to a whole lot of other things. So for me, retail arbitrage has just been a little bit better. So I go and just try to find really good deals at places like Nordstrom Rack, like their Clear the Rack sale, and you're usually paying up for those items. But if you play your cards right, and you get those really, really good deals, you can make a lot of money. One of my favorite sales to this day. And let me know in the comments if you think that this is crazy, but I actually spent $100. I think it was $125 with tax included on a brand new pair of Gucci pumps that I found at Nordstrom Rack. And I sold them for $500. No, I think I made $500. Not including what I paid for. So, profited, what was it, $375? Is that right? I can't do math this late. So it was a lot of money to spend, but I also made a whole lot of money. So let me know, would you guys do something like that or no? But anyway, yeah, I do a lot of retail arbitrage. Yes, when I'm not on Felix time. You're right, Tim.
All right. Is there a way to fix banking issues? Every time I put in my bank info, it pulls data the next day. It says can't connect to bank. I've deleted account 3 times and still does it. So shoot me a message so I can look into this. It's possible there's a problem with the institution, and if that's the case, I can report it to Plaid, who is like our partner that does the integration to banks. But I'll need to look at your account to answer that question.
Good questions, guys. All right, 2 more, and then we're going to do a giveaway.
Oh, yeah. So Jessica was saying we should tell them about office hours. So if you haven't heard, we just recently started doing a weekly office hours session. So Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're on there for an hour. So if you have questions you want to get answered in person, you can hop on, chat with me. Our new support rep, Roger, will be there, so you can meet him as well. We've had a good couple sessions, and we're looking forward to continuing to spread the word so that people know it's a available resource.
And I just actually dropped the link for that. So if you are interested in office hours, we actually have events for every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And you can just click the link that I just shared with you guys, sign up for one of those sessions, and then I believe you'll get a reminder email too.
All right. So Lisa's asking, can I upload a spreadsheet from OpenOffice? I don't have Word. Yeah. So the format that we use for our uploads is CSV, comma separated value. Pretty much every spreadsheet program will allow you to export into a CSV file. So I'm not sure if OpenOffice has like its own proprietary file format, but you should be able to export as a CSV and upload data into Genie, no problem. And if you did have any troubles converting it into CSV, you can use Google Sheets, which is also free. All right, great. So Melissa says, curious why the shipping expense not in the expense detail, and where do I find them? Sorry, I know you showed me Wednesday, but forgot where they are. Okay, so let me show you. I think for you, this is going to be the answer. So go to the sales and look in the shipping costs column. So for some platforms, like Poshmark, for example, all of the transaction is attached to the sale. eBay's a little different, where there's two separate transactions. So Genie tries to mirror the way the platforms do it. So if it's a platform where shipping cost is attached directly to the sale, then we'll pull the shipping cost into the shipping cost field of the sale. If it's a platform where it's a separate transaction, then we'll pull the shipping label into the expense detail and then attach it to the sale after that. So hope that answers your question. Let me know if you have any follow-ups.
We are ready to do another giveaway.
Sweet.
All right, guys, we're only doing 2 more tonight, okay? Right now, we are going to do the pens, and then we're going to end the night with 1 more free month of My Reseller Genie Ultimate. So, yeah, let's do hashtag. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. Hashtag smooth.
Because the pens write super smooth.
But smoothly. Is that what you would say?
Smoothly.
Did I just correct you on something?
I mean,
grammar-wise?
You did correct me.
Was I right, though? See, I don't even know. Anyway, all right, guys, hashtag smooth in the comments. Look at these pens. I need to be able to see can I see the screen? Sorry. Can you help me out?
What do you mean?
I want to make sure that you guys can see the pens. Can you guys see the pens? All right, so they have them.
They look like pens.
No, but these are like oh man, and I didn't paint my fingernails, guys. I'm sorry.
Me neither.
All right, so we are going to give you guys 3 of these. Whoever wins, you're going to get 3 of our My Reseller Genie pens. They are a dark forest green color, which is one of our brand colors. We love them. They are the Pilot G2s. They write very smoothly. We're just going to say that I was right. Smoothly. And guys,
it's all about the adverbs.
They last forever. You're going to be set for life with pens if you don't lose them and if you don't give them away. So yeah, I'll just say that.
Or people might steal them.
Tim wants to know, what are pens? Tim, you're having a great night tonight, aren't you? We appreciate you being here. Smooth. I like that big guy picker. All right, that's good. Guys, if you are tuning in from Instagram, they look like pens. Yes, it's so true. If you're tuning in from Instagram, you're going to have to go over to our YouTube channel, My Reseller Genie, and enter in the chat if you want to win, if you want a chance to win the pens. But yes, hashtag smooth in the chat. Wow.
In the chit.
Yes. To win 3 My Reseller Genie pens. And they are just, some of the best things ever. We have people who come back to us all the time asking us for our pens. Only 18 entries and we have like 35 people on here right now.
Man, guys, a lot of people are listening.
Guys, you guys think that these are cheap pens. I promise you, these are not. These are like the opposite of cheap pens. We paid up for these bad boys. There should be more than 18 entries. I'm a little offended. What do you think?
I mean, if I were one of the 18, I'd be really happy.
Okay, yes, it's true. Draw it quick. That's a good. 19.
19.
We just got another one.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
I just guilted them into getting more crap.
They're like, fine, I guess I'll take another. It's not crap.
Streaming sisters. Oh, look at you guys. If you guys are truly sisters.
Hey, 3 pens, one for each of you.
There you go. That's awesome.
It's perfect.
Streaming sisters, congrats. Sorry, you're making me laugh, babe. Streaming sisters, congrats. You guys won these 3 fabulous Genie pens. We will mail them to you free of charge. We just need you to email us your shipping address at support@myresellergenie.com, and I will drop that in the chat. And with that, guys, we're going to get back to questions. It looks like we are wrapping up here, winding down, but we will do one more giveaway at the very, very end. So
awesome.
How difficult is it to input a store of just over 300 items? Not at all.
Yeah, it's not difficult at all.
Very easy.
So there's if it's a store from Poshmark, Mercari, or eBay, it's a couple clicks. So really simple. If it's from somewhere else, you can upload spreadsheets into My Reseller Genie. Now, if you're having trouble with an upload, shoot an email to support@myresellergenie. You can send us the file. We'll help you troubleshoot it. Or if you didn't want to do that and you would just rather manually enter, even that's pretty easy. Honestly, there's an add and next button, so you can like add things faster. But I'd say with 300, you probably want to upload it. So if you're having any trouble doing the upload, shoot us an email. We'll help you out.
Your comments are still making me laugh, honey. Guys, Paul is a very, very funny guy. I think he kind of can come across as really serious because he's the technical one, and he can be serious, but also he has like the best sense of humor out of most anybody that I've ever met. So you guys are getting just a little bit of that tonight.
Yes, in Annette's words, you picked well, Faith.
Wait, really? Wait.
That was about our pens.
Oh. See, he's doing it again, although that was a little bit cheesy. But I still love you, honey. All right. Guys, any other questions? It looks like we might be here at close to the end. There's a few more, it looks like. This is your shot. Although, no, there are other chances to ask questions for sure. Like I said, we have the office hours. You can email us anytime. We will respond 7 days a week. Still looking through some of these.
Yeah, this is awesome, guys. Love the engagement.
I know, so much engagement tonight. On a Friday night, everybody is just... That too will pass. I don't think so, Tim. All right, Jessica, I'm not a math person, but MRG makes it sort of kind of fun. Yes, I'm with you, Jessica. Yes, yep. I mean, who doesn't love like some level of automation, right? It's just, yeah, super helpful. And then all the colorful charts, really, really awesome too. Oh, I was going to say, I've already said this once, but now until the end of the day, Sunday, this coming Sunday, you can get 15% off of your first month with the coupon code MRG Live 15. Is that it? Are there any other?
That's it.
There's no more questions. All right, guys, any last questions? We'll give you a couple seconds. And if not, we're going to end with the giveaway. And we're like ending right at 8:30, like right on time. That is, that's amazing.
Just clockwork.
Yeah, just like clockwork.
Could have planned it better.
It's pretty
What are we
amazing.
giving away?
We're giving away a free month of Genie.
Yeah.
Stephanie says, love you guys all. Thank you guys. We love you guys too. We appreciate y'all so much. Over on Instagram, Cat's Meow Resell says, love the product. Big fan. Thanks for continuing to improve it. It's already great. We appreciate that, guys. We're just so grateful for all of you. And stay tuned, guys. Like Paul said, we are testing and developing a lot right now. There's a lot. What do you say in the pipeline, in the pipe? What do you in the what's the expression?
A lot in the works.
Yeah, a lot in the works. Free labor. Yeah, that'd be nice. Okay. Oh, closing comments before we do our giveaway. Actually, no, I can do those while people are entering.
Yeah.
All right. What hashtag are we going to do?
Let's get into it. All right.
Guys, we're going to give away a free month of My Reseller Genie Ultimate. If you've already won something tonight, try to be nice and maybe don't enter again.
No, enter again.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
All right.
Play the lottery.
Never mind. Forget I said that. Play the lottery. All right, we're going to do hashtag
Lucky.
All right, Paul is in a funny mood tonight. Tim wants to know what was in your coffee cup. It was just coffee, promise.
Yeah. It was decaf too.
It was decaf too. Yeah, this is, I feel like, the most animated you've ever been on a live. This is really good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, drop
good.
hashtag Lucky in the chat for your chance to win a free month of My Reseller Genie's Ultimate Plan. Whether or not you're a current user or you're a prospect and wondering, how everything works, go ahead and enter. May the best reseller win. And look at all of these. This is great. Serious note. Remember the peeps in northern Arkansas and southern. Yeah, recovering from the flooding. Yes. There have been so many hard things going on right now. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for that, Tim. Lisa said I wasn't going to enter again, but Paul said ... Yes, for sure.
Was it Whatnot where we had someone who won like 3 of the giveaways?
Oh, yes.
Someone won like everything. It was crazy.
Yes, it was a Whatnot show. Yeah. Anybody here on Whatnot? All right, guys.
Whatnot's a fun time.
It is really fun. I would love to do another show. Maybe that's how I'll get through all my inventory that I have listed right now, and that'll give me an excuse to go shopping. You'll really let me go shopping then, and then
no.
Oh,
what was really fun was in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Commonwealth Picker organized this big Whatnot show.
Yes.
With like all these different YouTubers.
Yep.
And they donated the proceeds to St. Jude's, but it was awesome because like we went. I think it was right near the Bengals stadium or something. We just grabbed this parking lot and set up and just sold
did a live Whatnot
stuff
show
from all these different pickers. It was cool.
It was super cool.
It was a good time.
Yep. It was really awesome. No, do you like it? I'm trying to remember. What did I just ask?
Whatnot.
Oh, yes. Wow. It's late. Yes. I absolutely love Whatnot. Haven't done a show since, oh gosh, it's been over a year, hasn't it? Oh, that makes me sad.
We also didn't really figure out how to convert it into money. Though.
Well, yeah,
so
but
that's worth noting. It was a lot of fun, but it was not profitable for us.
See, this is why it's so good to be tracking all of your numbers. Yes. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to draw our winner for My Reseller Genie Ultimate. Here we go. Who's it going to be? I love that name, Stas. Is it Stasia? Tango Collections. Congratulations. Yes, you have won a free month. And I think you're the person who was asking about how hard it is to import 300 listings. So now you're going to be able to try it out for free. So go ahead and shoot us an email at support@myresellergenie.com. We will get you set up with that. Congrats again. Guys, go ahead, hop on over to our website. If you guys have, more questions, we have a lot of information on there. You can shoot us an email, sign up for our office hours every Wednesday at 1. And we would love to just chat with you guys like on a more personal level. You guys have just been awesome tonight. Like, this was fun. This was a whole lot of fun. So thank you so much. And also, if you didn't win anything, 2 ways that you can take advantage of a discount or a prize, perhaps. MRG Live 15 is the coupon code at checkout if you want 15% off of your first month now through the end of day Sunday. And then also, if you're a current user, you can enter our big giveaway, and we're going to be drawing the winner probably next Wednesday. So the deadline to send in a 10-second or longer video is tax day. So end of day Tuesday, April 15th, tax day is your last chance to do that. And you will be entered into a drawing to win basically something that's up to $200 value. So gift card, Hulk and bag filled with shipping supplies, Chromebook, whichever one you decide if you're the winner. So thank you guys so much. YouTube tutorials for Reseller Genie. Yes, yep, we have lots of tutorials. If you check out our YouTube channel, definitely subscribe to that if you haven't. And we also have lots of articles written. Did you want to say anything else about that?
Yeah, if you click the profile icon in Genie, there's a link to the Help Center. So there's a lot of articles in there. A lot of those articles have videos linked in them. So a lot of resources out there. And of course, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Yes.
Sam.
And with that, is that it?
Yeah. Tim, I haven't checked out that auction. auction at Kaplan's in Savage, Maryland.
Oh, Savage is a great place though for there's a place called Charity's Closet, I think. You should check that out, Tim, if you haven't. All right.
He's in Missouri now.
Oh gosh. Well, when you come
the
to
next
visit
time
Maryland.
you come home.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys. It was great hanging with you all tonight.
Have a wonderful night, everybody. Happy selling this weekend.